and we'll wash my car outside before the snowstorm, because that makes total sense. It actually does, and I'll explain it in just a second. This has been one of the coldest winters that I can remember in years, and we've had some beautiful snowfalls recently. I've been taking care of my customers' vehicles in my garage, but in the process, my vehicle has been completely neglected. It's well past due for a car wash, so I want to share with you guys how some of these ceramic coatings have been holding up, even in winter with my vehicle covered in snow salt. But I also want to share with you guys tips on how to safely wash your vehicle at the car wash in the wintertime. Careful. For those of you that detail up north, detailing for me is like therapy. And when I have to go inside, I feel like a caveman, and I think I know why cavemen went extinct. They didn't have vitamin D, and they just started to get really grumpy and killed each other off because they were just pissy. I get really pissy in the wintertime because I just miss being outdoors. And honestly, when I get days like this, where it's sunny, even though it's windy and cold, this is like a heat wave for us. And we're supposed to actually have 12 plus inches of snow this weekend, but I haven't washed my car in like 2 months. I've been doing all of my customers' cars inside, and I'm done. I'm through with washing cars inside. I mean, I'll do it for customers, but I don't want to do it for myself. I want to wash it outside. So I think today, maybe we'll bundle up and we'll wash my car outside before the snowstorm, because that makes total sense. It actually does, and I'll explain it in just a second. So for today's job, we're testing out Chemex Heavy Duty Wheel Cleaner and Degreaser, Old Glory Touch-Free Active Foam, and their Eagle Guard Salt Neutralizer. So I've already vacuumed out my vehicle so that way I don't have to do it at the car wash. Pulled the mats out so that way we can pressure wash them when we get to the bay. Supplies that I am taking. Today I want to kind of test out some of the Chemex products. And since I really haven't had an opportunity to pressure wash outside, you don't necessarily need expensive foamers or IK sprayers. What we do have is our Old Glory mixed up at a 1 to 100-ish. I'm not going to say it's exact, probably went a little heavy in fact. But this is our touch-free active foam. We also have our Eagle Guard. This is our salt neutralizer. We're going to spray this on first. Then we're going to spray this on. We're also going to spray on our heavy-duty tire and wheel cleaner. This is at a 1-to-1 dilution ratio because I want to touchless clean my wheels if I can. The only thing that Chemex doesn't really have for us that we're going to try out today is a rinseless wash. So after we get everything blasted off, if I have space in the bay to do it, I will. If I have to pull over into a parking space, I will, because I don't want to piss anyone off. But we also have Yum Rinseless Wash. This is a extremely high lubricating rinseless wash that should there be any dirt left on the vehicle, this is going to be a lot safer. As far as tools that I'm taking, you'll see I have my Sundro sprayer and I have my Fantic sprayer. What I'm gonna actually do is when we get to the car wash, this is just gonna be my water, and I have a bucket here. I don't need to have a top for it. We'll dump our water for our rinseless wash into this, mix up our rinseless wash in our bucket, and we're also gonna put some of our Yum Rinseless in our sprayer. That way, when we pull into the parking space, I can kind of spray everything down heavily with this, do my rinseless wash, and then dry everything. Now, because I have coatings that I'm testing, I am not gonna be using a drying aid, which kills me, but at least our Yum Rinseless will have extra lubrication. We could use Yum Detailer as a drying aid, but I don't wanna taint any of the protection here and make you guys think, oh, it was the detailer. So I'm also demonstrating when we don't use a ceramic drying aid or a drying aid, what kind of damage gets done to the vehicle. But these are the products that we're gonna be using. So everything should be cleaned. Let's see how long this process takes. Hopefully it will not be long because I have maybe an hour to do all of this at the car wash. Hopefully we'll be able to get it done sooner. So we're gonna load everything up and get ready to go. So why am I washing my vehicle before it snows? Well, realistically, there's a few reasons why. Number one, to preserve the integrity of my clear coat. When we have salt, film, dirt on the surface, it's abrasive. And then if we have our paint with the abrasive dirt on top and then snow and ice on top of that, and then we're taking a broom and taking that hard ice over top of it, we're basically scrubbing in all of that dirt into the paint, and it's gonna do some damage. That can abrade off your paint, and that can also abrade off your protection. Secondly, I'm actually preserving the integrity of my protection. Salt, film, things like that, it can weaken your protection over time, and you're also really not going to see the benefits of your protection performing the way they should when you have a ton of dirt on them. When we remove the film and dirt on top of protection, it's actually going to perform the way it should. So it's going to aid in self-cleaning, it's going to give you the chemical resistance, and just make it easier to clean when you do clean your vehicle. It just performs better, which is why we put it on there in the first place. Well, let's go ahead and see if these Chemex products are gonna be quick and easy to get this job done. All right. So first and foremost, we will not be using the brush at the self-serve wash bays. Looking at it up close, you can see it looks like it's just been laid on the ground, and this ground is absolutely filthy. Just about as filthy as my car. I am almost embarrassed to show my tires and wheels on air, but they have not been cleaned in 2 months. I wouldn't say that my vehicle is filthy. Thanks to the ceramic coatings, they've actually helped slow down some of the accumulation of dirt that could happen. Can you only imagine how much worse this would be if I didn't have any protection on my car? You can actually see one spot about a month ago where I wiped off the salt, so all of that has accumulated since then, but it is long overdue for us to give this a good cleaning. Let's go ahead and get set up. Since we have all-weather mats, we're going to pull those out so we can pressure wash them. And first, we're going to spray the entire vehicle down with our Eagle Guard salt neutralizer. This is going to make removing all of this salt so much more effective. If you don't do this, you'll notice sometimes after washing your vehicle, it kind of looks stained. I've really been enjoying using this on my customers' vehicles this winter and have found it to be extremely effective. You can actually spray this on your undercarriage and let it air dry just to give you an extra measure of rust prevention. But I find that when you use it this way, spray it on the vehicle first and then put a higher pH soap on top of it. It boosts the effectiveness of the alkaline soap and just helps prevent staining and gives you almost a practically clean surface. Next up, we're going to go heavy by spraying our heavy duty wheel cleaner and degreaser on all of our tires and wheels. Now, this product has looked super impressive in videos online, and it looks like it can practically touchless clean tires and wheels. These are seriously neglected wheels, so it might be pushing it to its limit. Next up, after doing our tires and wheels, we're going to spray everything down with our Old Glory Active Foam. Now again, all of these products can be foamed on with a foam cannon, but we don't have that here at the car wash. And for those of you that don't want to invest in expensive tools, we're just using the spray bottle. And since my mats are pretty much tire rubber, we're going to spray them down with our heavy duty wheel cleaner so we can touchless clean them. All right, so we're going to try to do this with one hand, all right? Let's hope that this works. All right, let's just do high pressure rinse. I didn't turn you on. So we recently did an update video for you guys showing you how some of these coatings are performing. We have 12 that we are going to be removing, but 3 that are staying are on the hood. We have our McKee's 37 Max coating at the top. In the middle is the 5-year graphene. At the bottom is the 10-year graphene Pro Coat. Our 2 front here on the bumpers, they're going to be polished off and replaced with new ceramic coatings because they pretty much failed. These 2 coatings are also going to be replaced. They are our No Hype 3-year and our Fat Beats coatings. On our wheels, you can see with just high pressure water alone, our heavy duty wheel cleaner got a majority of the grime off. I wouldn't say they are perfect, but I'm satisfied with this level of cleaning with a touch-free effort. Now, as Bob from Chemex recommends, we're going to start from the bottom and pressure wash up so that way we don't miss any spots. These 3 coatings are leaving us as well. On the right is our Kronos V1, in the middle is our Stoner ceramic coating, on the left is BC1. BC1 and Kronos actually look decent after all of the salt, but Stoner looks like it has definitely taken a hit from all of the road salt. Next up, we have 3 ceramic coatings from Duraslick. On the left is our Extreme HG, in the middle is our HG 1500, and on the right is our Mobile 1500. You can see we do have a little bit of sheeting, but actually they look very impressive considering the amount of dirt that we've had on this panel, no contact, and just soap alone. Next up on the bottom, we have our clean 3-year ceramic coating, and above that we have our Aquatex Select ceramic coating. Both actually are pushing through all of the film and salt well. You can see a little bit of sheeting, but again, we haven't touched the paint. This is just after using our soaps and rinsing it off. On our trunk section, we have 3 pro-grade installer only ceramic coatings. The left is our ADS Pro, the middle is our Art Du Shine Nanographene V3, on the right is our Veros Pro. On our roof, we have C6 Hydro Light on the left, followed by our Car Pro D-Quartz Go and UK 3.0 on the right. I wouldn't say they look amazing, but we haven't touched the paint, folks. Keep that in mind. Next up, we have our clean 3-year on the left and our Detail Co Slim on the right. Those actually look really nice. Here we have Ethos Graphene V2 on the right and the Easy Peasy on the left. Those actually look pretty impressive, especially our Ethos Graphene V2. And comment down below, but how would you rate our heavy duty wheel cleaner for touchless cleaning our tires and wheels? Next up, we have our DIY detail panel. Now the 3-year failed at 10 months, and you'll see that clearly on the left. But next to that, we have our 5-year, 8-year, and stack that are holding on strong. This actually is a really great visual representation to show you protection versus no protection on a vehicle, how water sticks when it's not protected and repels when we have protection. This next panel, all 3 of these coatings will be polished off in the spring, but on the left is Meguiar's M888, in the middle Gion Mo's Evo, on the right Vonix V-Paint. They're not completely gone, but they're definitely weakened, hence why we're going to just polish them off and put something new on this panel. Last but not least, we have our Cerakote V2, which looks very impressive. And above that, from left to right, we have our G-Technique CSL, and then on the right, CSL topped with EXO V5. Both of those look very decent. Our combo definitely looking a lot stronger, but all in all, our ceramic coatings are holding on strong, protecting the paint, helping it not get as dirty as quickly, and making maintenance a ton easier. And we also were able to touchless clean our weather mats with our heavy duty wheel cleaner. Stop. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. Hit that button right away. $7.25. Dadgummit. That's a lot of money just to rinse it. Oh well. Now for most people, this is the point where they would just get in their car, drive on home, and if you do have a good ceramic coating, anything over 35 miles an hour should blow a majority of the water off, practically drying your vehicle. But we might still have a little bit of film left behind, so let's go ahead and see just how clean our car is. So after doing our touchless spray with our Chemex products, this is the end result, and I'll be honest with you guys, I would be happy with this. This actually looks cleaner than the automatic car washes that some people are paying $13 for. But I still want to dial it in. I want to get rid of the film and I want to avoid water spots. So that's what we're going to do our rinseless wash. Now our Yum Rinseless, you do not necessarily have to go 256 to 1. You can actually do 399 to 1 on a clean car. But since we might have some salt or abrasives on the paint, we're going to give it a touch more lubrication by doing our true 256 to 1. We mix that up into our Fantic sprayer. We're going to spray our rinseless wash on the panel, just again, if there's any dirt or film left behind, soften it so that way it just helps reduce marring on the paint. And then we're going to come in one panel at a time in straight lines, working from the top to the bottom, do our rinseless wash. For those of you that have never done a rinseless wash, You might get nervous thinking I'm damaging the paint. We've gotten a majority, if not all of the dirt off of the paint with our foaming pre-soak. There's so much lubrication with our solution, and this solution actually helps encapsulate dirt to safely lift it off of the vehicle. It actually helps emulsify the dirt, basically suspending it on the surface so that way you can safely remove it. We're also using a rinseless sponge that has some grids within it to help pull any dirt that might be on the surface into the sponge away from your paint. Now, beyond just having safe media to wash it, we also have safe media to dry it. These are Thor's Diva Rinseless towels. They're the perfect size to dry a vehicle. I actually prefer these for any type of wash, but they're great for rinseless washes. It's 2 towels sewn together, so super absorbent and plush, but you don't have to worry about the towel dragging on the ground, picking up dirt that could potentially scratch your paint. So altogether, it's a super safe, quick, and effective way to dial in your paint. You can use this year-round, not just in the wintertime. Best suited when a vehicle doesn't have a ton of dirt on it. You can use this weekly, monthly to maintain your vehicle, but this just gives us that extra measure of contact that we need to remove any film on the vehicle to help our protection perform as it should. I know my vehicle might get dirty in just a few days, so this might seem pointless, but by removing the dirt, if I do get snow on it and I need to use a snow broom, there's less risk of me scratching the finish. And also, my vehicle won't get as dirty as quickly because the coating can now perform by repelling the dirt, therefore helping it stay cleaner longer. And then also, when I want to wash my vehicle, it'll be a lot easier to clean it because I don't have that cumulative film on the vehicle, and it's just going to perform better. Our Chemex products, I think, performed flawlessly on the paint. On our wheels, I wouldn't say that it touchless cleaned them. We do have a little bit of staining and film left behind, so we're just going to dial that in with a rinseless wash, give them a quick dry, and now my wheels are not embarrassing to look at. Tires, we're going to leave for another day to worry about, but at least we cut through some of the browning and our tires and wheels don't look mismatched on a clean car. So this is how dirty my water is after our rinseless wash. You can see not a lot of dirt that we removed, but there was still some. But this is the finished result after we are done with our touchless pre-soak using Chemex products and then doing a rinseless wash in the parking space. Everything looks clean. It's gonna be filthy in just a few days. I'm not too worried about tires and wheels. The heavy duty, I would say it got a good bit of the dirt off, but it wasn't mint. You still want to do some contact, but I'm not worried about them right now because they're going to be absolutely like roached in a few days time. But we at least got the heavy stuff off. I'm not embarrassed to look at my tires and wheels now. The biggest thing that I needed to focus on was getting the paint clean, and we were able to do that. The salt neutralizer and the Actifoam did a great job at practically touchless cleaning the vehicle. And there was a heavy amount of dirt that has been on there for over a month. So I think the Chemex products did a fantastic job at what I needed it to do. Quickly and powerfully remove the dirt that was on the vehicle. But you can see it didn't stain it. It didn't damage any of our protection. Maybe some of our coatings that are on their way out, maybe they did take a hit. I'm not so worried about that because these coatings need to be able to withstand environments like this, chemicals like this. So this was a twofold video. One, demonstrate how we can wash our vehicle safely at the car wash using just a few extra chemicals and tools. And two, also share with you guys a quick look at how some of these coatings are holding up in the winter time. So we're all done. That didn't take very long. We're gonna get cleaned up, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, this test. If you have any questions about winter car care, let me know in the comments section down below. For those of you that are going to be hit with the snow this weekend, stay safe, stay inside. Maybe your vehicle won't get so trashed, but if you got to drive in it and it gets dirty, hopefully this gives you the confidence to clean your vehicle yourself. But as always, if you can't, I'm here to help, folks. All right. We'll see you guys in the next detail. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Stay tuned for any future videos. And what do you guys want to see next? Maybe we'll share with you guys a little bit of the snow that's coming. Stay tuned. But we'll see you guys in the next detail.